I've been meaning to make this video for a while. I'm sick. My nose sounds nasally and I sound terrible and congested and whatever. Just an FYI. Yeah, like a few months ago, there was like several people in a skate YouTube space that made videos about them quitting or not knowing what they want to do or etc. or whatever. I've also made videos in the past about this, and I don't want this to be another long drawn out video of me just saying a bunch of shit that you've already heard. But this is just to kind of give you guys an update because I feel like I owe it a little bit to the people that still watch me, and kind of just update you on plans and what I want to do and whether I'm gonna do this or that. I don't know. It's a little bit all over the place, but so yeah, I like most of my work now that I do comes from doing social media freelance. I work with Corey Keene, run his YouTube channel. I work with my buddy TJ, helping him with his like van conversion company, Curb Cover. I did it for CCS during the pandemic. Yeah, so like that's kind of what I'm doing and where I'm putting my efforts. The money's like way better, and it's also just more consistent, and it takes the pressure off of me because I think this gets glorified a lot doing YouTube, and yeah, it's great. Like I like you know like not having to do manual labor or anything that's physically crazy while I'm do things that are physically crazy every day anyway. Like I put my body through insane shit for the last 3 years anyway. Because I've had like a big lifestyle change actually. Yeah, I mean, basically I just don't know where any of this is going, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. You can only make so many videos about the same thing before you get bored of it and burnt out of it. Making a video every day about skating has really, I mean, not that I make videos every day, but I did for a large period of time while doing this, and it's since been once a week, twice a week, every other day, or 3 times a month, or whatever. But you like at a certain point, I'm just like, okay, fuck, dude, I don't want to like film skating every time I go out skating. Like sometimes I just want to skate, and the fact that I have other hobbies now outside of skating makes me want to skate more. It makes me enjoy skating more. I had this weird unrealistic expectation or standard that I'd always thought I needed to like aspire to every time I went and skated, and it was fucking miserable, dude. Like looking back on that now, like I would go to a skate park and I like had this thing in my head where I'm like, all right, I got to do like all of my favorite warm-up tricks every time I go to the park before I try to learn anything new, because I gotta like make sure that my skating is dialed, and then I can like learn and progress and do whatever or try to become better or X, Y, and Z. I just had this weird toxic relationship with it, like a really bad approach, and it wasn't fun, and I hated it. And like I remember telling Dan, I was in a conversation with Dan, like I don't even know, like 3 4 years ago. I was at the skate park and I was like, dude, this is like, I'm just bored of this. I don't want to try a trick for 30 fucking minutes not to land it. And then for what? Like in the name of progression, in the name of skating, like because I need to progress. Like I was just tired of it. I don't necessarily want to treat skating like a dance either, because that just feels fucking, that's not like why I got into skating. Like I come from like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Bam Margera, Jackass CKY era. Like I liked watching people jump down handrails and huck, and then that became this like other thing of like Olympics and jockeiness and hucking, and like that's cool, that's fine. Like like things change, and I'm not opposed to things changing, but it's like point is skating is so different now than it was when I got into it, and I say this all the time. If I was a kid now and seeing skating for what it is, I don't think I would even get into skating. It's very much like fashion based, and I don't like anything that has to do with fashion anymore. Like I used to think having a clothing company was cool, and wanting to do all of that. And I mean, Slamming's been on hiatus for years, and I don't know if or when it's ever coming back. I kind of like have a gripe with fast fashion. I just don't need no. I'm like, I don't know why I need to add to the waste of the world by like printing shit on t-shirts. I don't know. I just it's all weird. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people watching this and be like, damn, this is like all really negative and not, what I watch YouTube for and not how I want to feel when I watch something. I mean, dude, at this point, like, this isn't I don't want to be like a creator talking to a fan base anymore. Like, I just want to be like, I'm just telling you like how I really feel about things. Kind of how I feel about like making content lately. Like it's so oversaturated. There's so much junk content on the internet, and I don't want to add to that. So I've been like bouncing and spinning in my head for the last 2 years on like, what can I do? How can I add to this? How can I not add to this? What can I make that like, because I have this like this hang up in my mind where I want to provide real value. And to me, entertainment isn't like, it's entertaining, but I don't consider it value. Like, I don't watch YouTube. I don't watch people. Like, I watch people talk about certain things. I watch fucking, I don't know, podcasts or whatever, or commentaries, and people just talk about shit. Like, I like that, but I'm not trying to watch like what, however you feel about it, but I'm not trying to watch Mr. Beast put fucking 500 wells in Africa. Like, I don't know. I'm not interested. Like, that's cool. I think that's cool that he did that. Like, I don't feel any type of way towards that. I'm just using that as an example. Like, I don't fucking care how many like Bugattis you drove into a giant pit. I'm just like, all right. Well, you do get burnt out doing the same type of thing and just doing one thing for so long, whether it's doing well or not. You get even more burnt out when it doesn't do well and you're trying to constantly re-strategize and fix it. And that's kind of the point where I'm at. I feel like I'm at a dead end. Like, I'm just in a cul-de-sac and I've been going in circles for the last couple of years trying to like, re-strategize and figure out like how to get like my numbers back to a place where they once were. Even though, it's weird because like I don't even make that type of content anymore when my numbers were at its highest. So it's kind of like, maybe it's obvious to some like, oh, well, these don't do good because we like this style or whatever. But yeah, YouTube and algorithms and internet is always changing. So, you want to keep up with that at all times. And I think that's kind of what I tried to do. And I think I shot myself in the foot for it because I saw others around me gaining traction for different styles of content. So I tried to do that kind of stuff and it just didn't really go that well. So I tried to re-strategize several different times and it just didn't work. And, when when you just keep failing over and over again, it's pretty defeating. And I think my biggest reason for wanting to hold on to this too is because this is something that like I built. So it's like really hard to just let go of that and, kind of put it to bed. Especially because I don't have anything else social media wise personally, outside of the freelance stuff that I do that's really doing well right now. So it's a bit of a blow, and I don't really want it to die. But I wrestle with the idea of whether or not I should just maybe call it quits. Yeah. And I mean, I don't really do anything that interesting every day. I feel like that warrants me to like vlog about. Also, I don't really like, it's weird. I struggle with the idea of wanting to vlog like about myself and make myself the center of the content because that feels, it just doesn't feel right. It feels weird and self-indulgent, and I swear I'm not trying to like be virtuous by saying this. Like it doesn't feel like I should add to that because there's already so much of that. I think all good things come to an end, and I've kind of mourned the loss of this channel and like the decline of it for a long time. And it's kind of like a hard pill to swallow, it hits your ego. And then plus when it's like, I'm not somebody that's going to sit here and tell you like, oh, ignore the haters, don't listen to comments, because I honestly think that that's bullshit. Like, just because someone says something online that makes you feel uncomfortable, aka me in this situation, just because someone says something online that makes me feel uncomfortable or that would make me feel like upset, doesn't mean that what they said is invalid. Like, I think it is important to take criticism, and I think it's like this whole idea of like, oh, fuck the haters, don't listen to the haters. It's like, Yeah, but like, what if they have a point? What if they're like, what if someone's able to see something because they're looking at it from an outside perspective, aka they're not you, so they can see something that you can't because you're not aware of what you're doing because you're you and you're fixated on like you have tunnel vision on a golden prize or a goal that you want to achieve, but you can't, you have these blinders on where you don't have like your own sense of self-awareness so that you can't, so and yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people that do that and preach that idea, and I don't think it's like a blanket. I don't think it's blanket advice to follow. I don't think you should ignore every single thing that makes you uncomfortable or every single negative comment that you get. And when it's about character, or when it's like your videos are boring or you're doing the same thing that this person's doing, that's when it cuts deep. And I'm like, God damn, dude, what am I like doing here? What am I providing with this? So, with all that being said, I've been doing this freelance. Like I have income. I have a new line like of work, and I kind of do that. Like I whore these skills out that I've learned doing YouTube. And the last thing that I want to fucking do when I'm done editing everyone else's content is edit more content, especially something that's like skating. Like I love the act of skating, but I don't care about like videos that much anymore. Like all of the good tricks from all of the parts that come out all end up on Instagram. God, I sound fucking like an asshole. I sound really negative. But like I'm just trying to be like as transparent and realistic about this as possible. I don't feel like there's anything super special going on in this space right now. And it's pretty stale, So but I've been trying to see that as an opportunity too, to like, oh, what can I add here? But I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm just kind of in this weird limbo period. Damn, this went in a way different direction than I thought it was going to, because I was going to tell you guys about how like, I might start uploading on my second channel. I might start another channel. I might start posting non-skating stuff on here. I don't know. I'm probably gonna like go film skating and post it. Like lately I've been enjoying using this a lot, and I like the look of this. I like the voyeuristic vibe of like not breaking the fourth wall and not addressing anyone that's watching, and just kind of like, here, this is what skating looks like. I don't want to fucking like talk about it. I don't want to like address certain things. Yeah, so I really don't know what the future of this channel looks like. I've got 2 videos edited that I just like haven't posted. I just finished editing them to be fair. But those are probably going to go up soon. I don't know if they went up before this or if they're going up after this. Like the reason why I've waited so long to make this video is because partially I'm like embarrassed. And like I get secondhand embarrassment for when people make videos like this. And like I don't want to just like make some kind of statement video every 6 months where I'm gonna fucking like redirect all my shit. But it bites me in the ass because all I do is just like do nothing. And then I end up in these periods where like I don't upload for like, that's been a pattern the last year. Like I'll end up in these periods where I don't upload for like 45 days. And yeah, I think it bites me in the ass because then I lose momentum, less people watch. And I think people, like everyone's gonna like get bored at some point. It's like The Walking Dead, dude. Like that show was so good up until a certain point, and then like they lost their voice. They changed writers so many times. They had like nothing left to say. And it was just like a completely different show by the end of it than what you started watching. And it just felt fucking weird. So like I worry that that's what happened to this channel. And yeah, it like cuts deep. It like kind of hurts the ego. I would like to keep it going. I just don't really know what I want to make. I train jujitsu like 3 or 4 times more than I skate now. And same with lifting. And I'm pretty into that. I'm into that lifestyle now. I'm really into like, wanting to be strong and wanting to be healthy, and but I don't necessarily want to make videos about it, because like once I started making videos about skating, like a few years in, it like tainted skating for me. Like every time I went out and skate, I'm like, oh, I gotta film. I gotta like, this has to be productive. Like grind set, I needed to like make something about it. And I don't want that kind of like poison over my hobbies. Plus, it's like also kind of different too because skating, it's everyone's very used to like filming one another and it's all about the clips and whatnot. But like, at the jujitsu gym, there's like other people there that are also paying for this skill. And I kind of have to like put it off and put it out onto other people to like, hey, can you do me a favor and like film me because I want this content? Or I have to like hire someone, which I don't want to do, because I don't like, and even if I did hire someone and bring someone into the gym and then, they're filming me and I'm talking, like that's still disruptive to like the other students in the class. Like, all because what I want to monetize like what I'm doing. Like it just feels weird. Like I don't necessarily want to do that. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't want to film skating all the time. I like filming the tricks if like I like filming the single trick, but I don't necessarily want to go to a skate park or a spot and then like try to come up with like a video concept and then film it, I said this in like Lamont's interview that I had with him like a few months ago. Dude, and even some of the comments on there, like, dude, comments do piss me off, man. It really does, because it's like, those are actual people that say shit, that make an assumption about you. They don't even know you. They're just going based off of what you put on the internet. Rightfully so. Like, I get why you would make that assumption about me because it's all you have to work with. But it's just, it pisses you off when someone says something and you feel like you can't defend yourself because it's like through the wall of the internet. No longer in my life do I search for this like dream job or like I want to do this for work or I want to have like if I can do this, like, then I'll be happy. Like, I don't even think that that's the right goal to chase because, like, I just want peace. Like, I don't care what I do for work. I just want to make enough money to be able to, like, pay my bills and, like, maybe have a kid one day and be able to have a house, which is, like, impossible in California. Yeah, like, it doesn't matter what I do. Like, I just feel like if your attitude's right, you can be stoked doing anything. Like it doesn't, it's such a weird 180 since I started this channel. I was very into the fucking like chase your dreams, follow your dreams. And I think you should. I think you should like try to like do something that you love because, I'm not suggesting that. I'm not suggesting like being miserable doing something that you don't want to do, but I'm just saying that like, if anything's miserable when you like can't afford like shelter, food, housing, transportation, all that shit. And I've been there. I've been in those places several times. But I'm rambling, getting off topic. This video is way too fucking long already. I don't know what I'm gonna cut up or put in. But I wanted to do this because I wanted to like chase the dream of making a living skateboarding. And what I came to realize is that like there is no leaving the rat race, because I wanted to leave the rat race and do what I love for a living. Like we don't leave the rat race. The rat race is always there. You don't become like a millionaire or a billionaire without some level of exploitation. And if you're not willing to like go to those lengths, like yes, you have to work hard. I think working harder puts you in more positions and maybe statistically raises your odds and makes you a little bit more lucky to become more wealthy, but it's not guaranteed at all. But the way to guarantee that is like exploitation and manipulating others in your favor so that you can, have what you want and stepping on other people's backs. And like, yeah, that's an idea that's kind of consumed me over the last few years. And I don't want to do that. So I just want peace, and I don't know what's going on with this channel. This is just an update. I haven't spoken to you guys about anything real in a while. It's just been about surface level skating type stuff. So